right, one of the main weaknesses that I have in the guitar is playing chords and playing chord melodies. The kind of playing style that Tommy Emmanuel does and Mateo Sasato, a similar style. And in this video, I just want to share to you my experience on the power of figuring things out for yourself. So I actually have a friend who's very good with the Mateo Sasato style. Shout out to a working class guitarist. So I asked him once to teach me, the secrets behind that kind of style of playing. And unfortunately, we weren't able to get that one-on-one session. But I should say fortunately, because we weren't able to do that and have him teach me, I was forced to figure it out myself. So I went into YouTube. I watched one of his solos, and I learned it note for note. I slowed down the video, listened to it, and figured out the notes myself. So just to give you an idea of what the solo is, I'll just play the first part because I actually forgot. But it sounded like this. Something like that. So a lot of lines that aren't really single note lines, not the kind of playing that not the kind of playing that I'm used to. So most of the notes that were in that solo were harmonized by different intervals. So the realization that I got from doing that was I learned so much more by learning the solo myself than waiting for the answers to come to me. Because sometimes we fall into that trap of thinking that because certain people have acquired a certain level of skill, we think to ourselves that they must have some special routine that they're doing that I'm not aware of, or some kind of secret knowledge or something. And unless I know that, I won't be able to do it. But the reality is, in most cases, there is no secret. They have practiced and honed their skills for like several years, and they've mastered the skills over time. And sometimes when we're a beginner at something, or when we're trying to learn something new or trying to acquire something for ourselves, when we first try it out, we're gonna have to suck. And it's kind of the part of like growing or the process. You're gonna have to suck for like a few months, and eventually you'll improve after that. So the reality is that there is no secret, and until we figure that out and decide for ourselves that it is only when we try to do something and really put in the work and sucking at it for a few months, being bad at it, and eventually improving over time, that is the only way to really acquire a new set of skills if you want to continue to grow, that is. So there is no secret, there's no magic like formula or secret routine that anyone else is doing. And I like to point out that there's no amount of instructional videos that you'll watch or guitar clinics that you attend, and I'm not saying that there's no value in them. Surely there is something that you can learn from attending those things like guitar clinics and workshops and watching videos, but it's a whole different level of learning when you actually do it yourself, when you play the notes yourself. When I was learning the solo, I was downloading information that otherwise I wouldn't have known if I was just asking and waiting for the answers to come to me. So, for example, the first part, that's 6 intervals. So, in a way, the solo was indirectly telling me to work on your intervals, 6 intervals, fives and thirds, and work on them and work on phrases wherein you can connect them like. So I worked on that, and fifths, thirds. So I wouldn't have realized that if I didn't figure the solo out myself. So that's the power of figuring it out for yourself. So basically, that's the message of this video, is that we need to overcome that illusion of thinking that the answers are somewhere out there, and realize, and this is going to sound corny, but realize that the answer is within us. And unless you decide for yourself that you can do this, you want to do this, you have a list of steps that you want to do to be able to achieve a certain thing, maybe learn this solo, work on your intervals, whatever it is that you want to, what skill that you want to acquire, then nothing is going to happen. So unless you figure it out yourself, no one is going to figure it out for you.